Hi, this is Zak Mir with the Share Talk Bulletin Board Heroes on Thursday, the 14th of June. Starting off with a somewhat fiddly chart in the form of active energy. Here you can see that there was a false break to the upside last month after a gap through the 50-day moving average, normally a good signal. Another gap to the upside and consolidation at the 50-day line, currently around 4 pence. Probably the best way forward here is to wait for this resistance line from March at 4.3 pence to be broken on an end-of-day close basis before targeting the notional upside at the top of the December trend channel at 6 pence. Stop loss on the bull argument at the moment, probably back below that the floor of that gap at 3.5 pence. If you're really squeamish, maybe just you check out if we went back below or much below the 50-day line at 4.01 pence. One of the movers this morning, which is a stock which has been in play on and off over the last few months, Canadian Overseas. We had the false break to the upside. Well, it worked, I suppose. It went up to 0.8 plus last month. But we came back to the 50-day average. It had a bear trap below it. Looks as though the bulls are having another go, and that would imply that above the 50-day moving average at 0.52 will at least hit that 200-day line again. Best case scenario target here over the next month is that red resistance line projection, top of the triangle at a penny. Favorite of mine in the recent past, which jumped probably more quickly than I was looking for, is independent oil and gas. We had that beautiful V-shaped consolidation at the end of last month, and the shares spiked up from that. Obviously, we've gone up a long way. RSI very overbought at 87, but best case scenario target here over the next month as high as 42, 43p, which would be the top of this October trend channel. Stop loss at the moment, well, really back below 25, 26p, but which was the old resistance in October. Quite obvious as a notional support area in the wake of the golden cross buy signal at the start of the week. Going on to a stock which is new to me in name, which is Kazera Global. A simple bit of charting here, which hopefully will work, at least initially, breaking this trend line from the end of March around the 1.9 pence level. Initial target here, while we're above that, we hold above the line, would be as high as 2.5 pence, the 50-day average. The other buy aspect here comes from the RSI window where we've had significant bullish divergence, these three troughs here all around the same overbought level. So that is normally a sign of impending positive momentum. Stock which has served the bulls reasonably well in the recent past is Live Company, looking quite chirpy at the moment. We had that bounce off the 200-day moving average in May, which is really the foothold for the bulls in the recent past. Since then, the shares have remained above the 50-day moving average. Notional support at the moment at the floor of this December 2017 price channel around 40p. While we remain above that, the big target here as high as 90p over the next 3 months. Obviously, if you're cautious on the stock, you probably want to see a weekly close holding the 50 pence level this week or next week. Stock and a company which I've just interviewed this morning for Share Talk is Savannah Resources, which seems to be riding the lithium tiger at the moment. Shares gapped up through resistance just at the beginning of the week, around 8-9 pence. That's normally a very positive sign. Obviously, we've come up a long way in a short time, so maybe there will be a retracement back to 12 or 10 to 12, the 10 to 12 pence zone. But the big target here at the top of last year's trend channel, as high as 23 pence over the next couple of months. Obviously, we'll see how the shares put in a higher low, perhaps before going for the next target there. Exciting stock at the moment comes in the form of Touchstone, beautiful rounded saucer-shaped turnaround that we've seen here over the post-autumn 2017 period, or stock also finding support regularly at and above the 50-day moving average at 13 pence. Floor of this channel from rising trend channel from October, currently at the 50-day line, and while we remain above that, the target here as high as 24 pence at the October resistance line projection. A couple more to go on a bumper day, perhaps more bumper than I was looking forward to it being, but interesting chart here from Vernalis. beautiful break through the 50-day average middle of last month, and these V-shaped consolidations above the 50-day line. We've had a couple of those, and it looks as though on this occasion we'll break through that resistance at around 7.4 pence on an end of day close basis, and then eventually open up 2 to 3 months target as high as 14 pence at the top of December's channel, which would also retest last autumn's resistance. Finishing off with stock which has moved over the last day or so. It comes in the form of Valirx. What we're waiting for here really is an end of day close above the 50-day moving average. That's just above current levels, around the 2.8 level. If we can clear that, then the target here is high as 4.8 pence over the next few weeks. That's it from me. More updates at the same time tomorrow.